Tay, here we are, kings of the castle, surveying our kingdom of Downicary, and it's looking pretty good.
It is. It's come on.
I mean, the first thing to say is all of those trees are prospering.
They are.
That we put in.
They're doing very well.
Despite the fact that we've had, you know, a very hot spell and not as much water as we'd like. But I'm looking around and I'm seeing a lot of green leaves, which is great.
They're surviving.
That's because we got them in at the right time of year, I guess, to
be
honest with you. What about these down here? How are they doing?
They're coming on. So they were quite small when we planted them. They're coming out the top already.
Really?
But the other ones might take a little bit longer. But from what I've seen from kind of wandering through and looking down in the tubes, we've got a pretty good survival rate.
Okay. The other thing that people will notice immediately is it's become a patchwork. So we've got areas where the grass is long and it's got all of its seed heads on, and then there's clearly been a bit of mowing. What was the mowing about?
Yeah, well, clearly the soil is still very nutrient rich, which leads to a lot of grass and not much room for wildflowers. So the way to combat that is to keep cutting and removing the grass, essentially. So that's removing the nutrients from the soil over time.
Yeah.
So we've done a cut already this year. We'll probably come back at the end of August maybe and do another one.
And all that material is being shipped out.
It's just being shipped out. It'll be feeding someone's horses or cows or something.
Yeah.
And eventually we'll get to a point where the wildflowers start winning and the grasses start losing.
But you've left obviously this patchwork of islands, as it were, of this longer grass, which is, and I mean the seed heads here are quite important. I mean lots of things.
Things will be eating them.
All of those as well. So that's really good news. But we've got to talk about the ponds, because when we came in the winter and the spring, it had been extraordinarily wet, and we were bragging about having made a lake.
Yeah.
Now the lake's not as lakey any longer.
We can't call it a lake anymore. It's a series of puddles.
But it's still wet.
It's still wet. That's the main thing. So things will still be benefiting from it. We've still got wetland flowers and things coming through. So we just might need to do something a little bit more drastic with the water.
And this was always the case. Remember, this was a test, wasn't it?
Yeah, we always had that as an option. Yeah.
Because we did talk about diverting that culvert over to feed these. But again, even the culvert, after this lack of rain,
it'll be trickling.
It's going to be trickling.
But that trickle could just keep feeding these ponds rather than just going straight into the river.
Yeah.
So
I've got to say, I'm really pleased, because when you think about, you know, how we were standing here over a year ago, this was just a flat green field.
Yeah, there wasn't much
going on.
And
now it's got so much more structure and shape and form, hasn't it?
Yeah, and you can see like the butterflies are starting to prosper. We do have dragonflies kind of flying around, and so it's getting there.
It's getting there. I just saw a buzzard going over. There it is. Over there. So there's a buzzard coming over. And again, that's another thing we ought to add. This has always been, short sheep grazed turf with no thatch in it, no sort of leaf litter layer, nowhere for small mammals to be able to hide. Do you remember we saw the fox, having fun with the voles?
With the voles, yeah.
Which had moved into this bank. All of this long grass that we've got here is going to be perfect for those small mammals. It's
going to be stacked with mammals.
Yeah. Hence the buzzard, and maybe at some stage in the future we'll get kestrels and barn owls coming in to take advantage of that as well.
Yeah.
It takes a few years, because if we went down there and parted it, we'd still find...
You're still getting to bare earth rather than a thatch of grass.
But, I don't know, 5 or 6 years like this, get that thatch, and then they'll be in, and everything will be beginning to prosper. Nice to see some nettle patches. I know some people don't like them. But
no, but when it's just a patch like that, it's perfect. If we went over there now, we could probably find some peacock butterfly caterpillars maybe, or peacocks themselves.
Yeah. And I suppose that whatever we say about the sort of the management side of it and all of that, if you were standing here and you weren't into all of that in any way, shape or form, you'd still be now looking at this and thinking that it looks a bit more like a natural landscape.
Yeah,
basically.
A bit more wild.
Yeah, no doubt about that at all. It's looking good. I'm rather pleased. I know the water's low, but we'll
sort that. We'll figure that one out.
It was a test, and like we've said, look, it's still green down in there, and there are marsh plants that are prospering. I'm really pleased. I think it looks great.
Me too.
I think it looks really, really good. Top work. Thank you. It's been really good. Look at that down there. See, there's a whole load of rushes and things coming through, aren't there?
Yeah, see in there, what I did was transplant some wetland vegetation from elsewhere.
Right.
and put it in there, and it's nice to see that it's working.
Yeah, perfect. There's more than meets the eye.
Yeah, I think it's been actually pretty successful.
This one's still going. And the thing about willow, I mean, someone might look at that and think, well, that's not going to ever turn into a tree. Nothing stops willow.
No.
Nothing stops willow. Even this, look. So there's a few leaves, and the whole top part of this is very obviously dead, but this is going to prosper.
Yeah.
You know, it just grows and grows, doesn't it? Look at this one. This one's got a nice stout stem, producing leaves. And the alder's just doing so well. Look, another little glade over there coming
you can
through.
Pick them out, yeah. I mean, there'll be aspen parts in here as well, which maybe haven't grown up as much yet, but they'll get there.
And of course, the fabulous black poplars.
Yeah,
look at
they're
those.
coming on nicely.
I know. I mean, they've come on by a metre at least since the last time we were here.
They're shooting up.
Yeah, so good. Okay, Tay, what have we got in the old camera trap then? Let's have a look.
Oh, first and foremost.
Oh, look at that! What a start!
Oh,
kingfisher.
what's it doing? Oh,
Bobbing.
little bobbing.
Bobbing.
That blue, look at it.
I know. Stunning. Well, of course, where we're sat, we've been here before looking at the camera trap results, and this was a flowing stream in the winter, wasn't it? We had all sorts of things swimming up through here.
Oh, it's gone.
Now it's dried up, but it's left that little pool, which has probably got some fish
Little
marooned in
fishes
it.
moving in it.
Yeah, and that kingfisher's going to take advantage of that. Well, that was a very good start. How are we going to top kingfisher right in front of the camera?
Does it come back with a fish? No, it doesn't.
No, not on this occasion.
Oh, another kingfisher.
I mean, it's slightly out of focus, but to be quite honest with you, doesn't detract
It doesn't
because
matter.
the colour is so splendid. Look at that. Centre of the back often goes that really electric pale blue, doesn't it?
Yeah, stunning.
What a little beauty.
Oh,
even
kingfisher
closer.
again.
He's going to be in the camera in a moment, isn't he? Look at that.
It's a shame they don't have a macro mode, these cameras.
Yeah, if only they refocused.
Oh, and again. If you just a little bit, well.
Kingfisher's loving that spot, isn't it?
Yeah, it's perfect spot for him.
Oh.
Oh, little fox with a little.
Kingfisher. God, that's good.
Oh, a nice heron.
Heron.
Oh, there's a fox.
Fox. Oh no, is it a muntjac?
No, I think it's a fox. There's tail here.
Oh yeah, no, I can see the tail.
I
now,
did
yeah,
wonder
yeah.
if it had no tail for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, look at
that!
Oh, catching a fish and all. Oh.
Hovering kingfisher over the little puddle, splashing in. Very nice.
Oh, and in focus as well. What a dream.
What a beauty.
The mallards really like to just walk back and forth.
Why don't those mallards just sit down in one spot?
Just
Why do they have to keep parading through our camera trap? Look at them now. Oh, there's another one's turned up.
It's a bit of a highway, this, isn't it? For
Yeah.
walking birds. Mostly mallards. Oh, a little
That's nice.
roebuck.
Roebuck, nice antlers, lovely big button nose, black eyes, black toes.
Very sweet, dainty.
Oh,
oh,
otter
hello.
at last. See? Patience. It is an otter,
A
isn't
very
it?
fleeting otter, yeah.
A fleeting otter
Dancing
in the
through.
dark.
Oh,
the mallards come back with chicks. It's a happy ending to our mallard
it is,
saga.
yes. Little chicks.
A pretty good spread, Tay, to be quite honest with
Yeah,
you.
mostly mallards, but
Yeah.
lovely kingfishers.
Kingfisher was good, had an otter, roedoe, roebuck. I mean, it's a bit of a highway, isn't it? That's the key thing here.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm
a lot of
surprised
stuff
the
going through.
mallards haven't completely
Yeah,
like paved it yet.
they've been quite busy, haven't they? Anyway, top work. Really very good, thank you.